Your body speaks to you in a language of sensation. Pain is not a punishment, it is a message. Swelling, stiffness, a lack of mobility, these are calls for attention. To ignore them is to turn away from yourself. Stay with me on this journey because the final food for thought we will share is not found on any plate, but it is the one thing that will restore your entire foundation. Inner foundation. We often look for the causes of our discomfort on the outside. We look for a reason, an event, a single moment that created this pain in our legs, this stiffness in our joints. But the most profound changes, the most lasting strength, it does not come from the outside. It must be built from within. What is a house without a strong foundation? It is a fragile structure, easily shaken by the wind. What is a body without its own inner foundation? It is the same. The very structure of our being, our skin, our bones, the cartilage that cushions our every movement, it relies on a single crucial element. This element is the mortar that holds the bricks together. We can call it collagen. It is the protein of structure, of integrity. When our body lacks the resources to create and maintain this structure, it will begin to show signs of weakness. Swelling is not simply excess fluid. It is a sign of an overwhelmed system, of inflammation in a structure that can no longer support itself with ease. The joints cry out because their cushioning has thinned, their scaffolding has become unstable. So our first step is not to attack the pain, but to nourish the foundation. We must provide the raw materials. Where do we find them? Nature provides. It provides in a way that is slow, deep, and honest. Think of a simple bone broth, simmered for many hours. This is not a fast process, it is a meditation. It is the practice of slowly extracting the very essence of that structure, the collagen, the gelatin, the minerals, and offering it to our own body. This is a powerful act of rebuilding. This wisdom extends to eating cuts of meat that include the skin and cartilage, or choosing to eat the skin of a fish. For so long, we have been taught to seek only the lean, isolated muscle. We have discarded the very parts that provide the deepest, most structural nourishment. We have thrown away the building blocks of our own resilience. This is a call to return to a more holistic way of understanding our food. It is not about simply consuming protein. It is about consuming the proteins that form the very fabric of our being. Think of it not as a diet, but as a reconstruction project for the temple that is your body. The first step in quieting the noise of pain is to reinforce the walls from which the echoes originate. The practice begins here, by intentionally choosing foods that serve not just our hunger, but our very structure. It is a quiet discipline. When you prepare these foods, you are not just making a meal. You are engaging in an act of profound self-care, an act of listening to the silent plea of your body and responding with exactly what it needs to rebuild its own inner foundation. This changes the relationship you have with your body from one of conflict, where you are fighting against pain, to one of partnership, where you are working with your body to restore its natural, powerful state of balance and strength. The journey to less swelling, to more freedom in your joints, starts with this simple, powerful principle. Feed the foundation first, and the entire structure will thank you for it. Harmonious flow. Once the foundation has been given the materials to rebuild, we must ensure these materials can reach where they are needed. A structure, no matter how strong its bricks and mortar, is useless if the workers cannot reach the construction site. In the body, this transport system is our circulation, our internal rivers. Swelling, as we have spoken of, is a sign of stagnation. Imagine a river that is blocked. The water pools become stagnant and pressure builds. The ecosystem of that river begins to fail. The same is true within our own vessel. We need harmonious flow. We need to clear the blockages and encourage movement, not just with our limbs, but from deep within ourselves. This requires not just building blocks, but catalysts. The synthesis of collagen, the process of weaving those structural proteins together, is a complex dance. It requires a key partner, a spark that allows the chemistry to happen. This spark is vitamin C. Without it, the body can have all the building blocks in the world, yet it cannot use them effectively. Providing your body with the amino acids from bone broth without the necessary vitamin C is like giving a master builder the finest stones, but no tools to shape them. So, our next step is to invite this catalyst into our system. We find it in the most vibrant and life-filled foods. Think of the brilliant colors of nature. These are often the signs of a powerful ally. Citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and grapefruits are an obvious source. They are filled not just with this vital nutrient in a way that is alive and hydrating. Eating them is like allowing a rush of cleansing water to flow through you. Berries of all kinds, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, are potent allies. They are small, yet they contain an immense concentration of power, not only vitamin C, but also antioxidants that protect the newly built collagen structures from damage. They are like guardians for your internal architecture. Do not overlook the deep green of leafy vegetables like kale, spinach, and Swiss chard. They are a foundation in their own right, providing not only vitamin C, but also a host of minerals that support the entire system. By combining the foods that build the foundation with the foods that ensure harmonious flow, you are creating a synergy. You are creating a powerful internal environment for healing. You are telling your body, here are the bricks and here are the workers and tools to assemble them. This conscious pairing is an act of deep intelligence. It is looking at the body not as a collection of separate parts, but as a single, interconnected system where every element affects every other element. When your legs are swollen, it is a sign that the flow is compromised. By introducing these vibrant, sea-rich foods, you are not just fighting swelling, you are promoting the very essence of movement and vitality within you, helping to turn that stagnant pond back into a clear, flowing river. This restores balance and allows the body's innate healing wisdom to do its work without obstruction. Mindful nourishment. The body is a vessel, but it is not a machine. You can provide the finest materials and the most efficient processes, but if the intention is not pure, the result will never reach its full potential. The mind is the master builder. What you think and feel as you nourish yourself is as important as the nourishment itself. This is the practice of mindful nourishment. It is the bridge between the physical act of eating and the spiritual act of healing. It is not enough to know what to eat. We must also cultivate awareness around how we eat. This shifts the entire experience from a simple biological function to a sacred ritual of self-restoration. Consider the simple egg. The yolk, rich in choline and other nutrients, and the whites, providing essential amino acids, work together. The membranes of the eggshell are a potent source of collagen precursors. But do we see this when we eat an egg? Or do we consume it distractedly while our mind is tangled in the worries of the day? To eat with mindful nourishment is to take a moment to acknowledge the food, to understand its origin, to prepare it with care, with the conscious intention of providing healing for your body. This intention infuses the food with a different kind of energy. It changes your body's receptivity to the nutrients you are offering it. Your digestive system is not separate from your nervous system. When the mind is calm, the body can receive nourishment in a state of peace, which optimizes every process. This principle extends to all the foods we have discussed. When you drink your bone broth, are you truly present with it? Can you feel its warmth moving through you? Can you hold the intention in your mind? May this rebuild my joints. May this strengthen my foundation. This is not wishful thinking. This is directing your body's own innate intelligence. You are focusing its resources. Think of other nourishing foods like avocados. They are rich in healthy fats and vitamin E, which protects collagen from damage. When you eat one, can you appreciate its texture, its purpose? Can you eat it with gratitude for the protective quality it is bestowing upon your inner structures? This is a profound shift. We are surrounded by a culture of fast food and distracted eating. We consume fuel. We do not receive nourishment. To reclaim your health, you must reclaim the act of eating. Make it a ceremony. Sit down. Remove distractions. Look at your food. Give thanks for it, whether to nature, to the farmer, or simply to the universe for providing it. Chew slowly. Be present. This practice calms the inflammation-causing stress hormones in your body. It allows the signals of satiety and wellness to be heard clearly. Your swollen legs and aching joints are not just asking for collagen, they are asking for your attention. They are asking for you to be present with your own body. Mindful nourishment is the ultimate answer to that call. It is how you become a conscious participant in your own healing, transforming every meal into an opportunity for deep and lasting repair. Respecting structure. To build a truly resilient form, we must understand that the primary materials, like collagen, require assistance. They need facilitators, trace elements that, while small in quantity, are immense in their importance. They are the fine-tuning tools of the master craftsman. Without them, the grand structure may be assembled, but it will lack the refined integrity, the precise alignment that provides true and lasting strength. Respecting the body's structure means respecting these subtle yet critical needs. Two such elements are copper and zinc. They are cofactors in the production of both collagen and elastin, the protein that gives your tissues their ability to stretch and return to form. Elasticity is as important as strength. Think of a bridge. It must be strong enough to bear a great load, but it must also have a slight flexibility to withstand the winds. Without this flexibility, it becomes brittle. Our joints and tissues are the same. They require this blend of stability and resilience. Zinc and copper are the conductors of this symphony. Where do we find them? Again, nature provides them in a balanced and intelligent form, often in the very same foods that provide other supportive nutrients. Shellfish, such as oysters and mussels, are exceptionally rich in zinc. They live in a harsh environment, and their very biology has perfected the art of creating a strong protective structure. By consuming them, we borrow from that ancient wisdom. Nuts and seeds are another profound source. A small handful of pumpkin seeds, cashews, or almonds provides a significant amount of these vital minerals. Think of the potential within a single seed. It contains everything needed to grow a massive tree. It contains the blueprint for immense structural integrity. When you eat these seeds, you are consuming that potential, that blueprint. It is a humble, yet incredibly powerful source of this structural intelligence. Legumes, like beans and lentils, also offer these minerals in abundance, alongside the very proteins that our body can use as a foundation. They are a perfect example of nature's completeness. By incorporating these foods, you are going beyond simply providing the large bricks. You are now providing the specialized screws and fittings that ensure everything holds together perfectly. You are addressing the finer details of your body's architecture. This is an act of deep respect for the complexity of your own physical form. It is acknowledging that health is not a matter of one single ingredient, but of a complex, interconnected web of nutrients working in harmony. When your body has access to these trace minerals, its ability to repair and maintain your joints, your bones, and your connective tissues is amplified. The swelling recedes not just because inflammation is down, but because the underlying structure is so sound, so well assembled, that it no longer calls for a state of emergency. You are moving from temporary relief to a state of deep structural well-being. Cultivating resilience. A structure that is only built is half complete. It must also be protected. A house built with the finest wood will eventually decay if it is not treated to resist the rain and the sun. In our body, the forces of daily life, physical stress, environmental toxins, the very process of living, create a form of internal weather. This oxidative stress can break down the very collagen structures we are working so hard to build. Therefore, our practice must be twofold. We build and we protect, we nourish and we preserve. This is the art of cultivating resilience. It is creating an internal environment where our strength, once established, can endure. A key ally in this protective effort is a humble yet powerful element: sulfur. Sulfur is one of the most abundant minerals in the human body, and for good reason. It plays a critical role in what is called methylation, a fundamental process that, among many other things, helps to form and preserve connective tissue. Sulfur-containing compounds help to shield our collagen from being broken down prematurely. They are the guardians at the gate, ensuring that what has been built remains strong. Where do we find this potent protector? We find it in the foods that often have the strongest, most pungent aromas. The allium family, garlic, onions, leeks, and chives, are rich sources of organosulfur compounds. For centuries, these have been revered not just for their flavor, but for their medicinal properties. Their power lies in their ability to support the body's detoxification pathways and reduce the inflammatory burden that accelerates the aging and breakdown of tissues. Incorporating them into your daily cooking is a simple yet profound way to add a layer of protection to your inner foundation. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are also rich in sulfur. They are like medicine disguised as food, providing the tools your body needs to defend its own integrity. This principle of protection expands our understanding of nourishment. We are not just adding good things, we are also helping the body to resist the bad. It is a dynamic balance. When you eat these foods, your intention can be focused on this act of preservation. As you consume garlic or broccoli, you can visualize it reinforcing your body's defenses, strengthening the cartilage in your knees, making the skin more supple, and preserving the delicate balance within your joints. This turns eating into a strategic act of foresight. You are not just addressing the discomfort you feel today, you are proactively building a more resilient body for all your tomorrows. The reduction in swelling and pain becomes a lasting change because the very system is now more robust, better defended, and more capable of maintaining its own powerful, natural state of health. Ancient wisdom. In our modern search for solutions, we often seek out the new, the novel, the biohack. But sometimes the deepest wisdom is not new at all. It is ancient. It is the accumulated knowledge of generations who lived in closer harmony with the natural world. The collagen-rich foods we are discussing are not a recent discovery. They are, for the most part, simply traditional foods that have been displaced by modern convenience. Reclaiming our health often means reclaiming this ancient wisdom and reintroducing the simple, holistic nourishment our ancestors understood implicitly. They did not speak of collagen, but they knew the value of a slow-simmered stew. Think of how we eat animals today. We have become accustomed to consuming boneless, skinless cuts of meat. We have isolated the muscle and discarded the rest. Our ancestors, out of necessity and respect, practiced a nose-to-tail approach. They understood that every part of the animal had value and offered a different kind of strength. The skin, the tendons, the knuckles, the bones, these were not waste. These were the parts that made the most nourishing broths, the most fortifying meals. They were instinctively giving their bodies the exact materials needed to build and repair their own connective tissues. We can learn from this. When we choose a whole chicken and use the carcass to make a broth, we are participating in this ancient wisdom. The same is true for fish. A fillet is wonderful, but the head and bones of the fish contain a treasure trove of minerals, gelatin, and nutrients that are profoundly supportive of our own skeletal and joint health. In many traditional cultures, fish head soup is considered a delicacy and a source of great strength. We have lost this connection, opting for convenience over holistic nourishment. To combat the swelling in our legs and the aches in our joints is, in a way, a call to return to these more grounded, complete forms of eating. It is about understanding that food is not just a collection of macronutrients, but a carrier of life force and structural intelligence. This wisdom is not complex. It is simple, humble, and profound. It asks us to slow down, to value the process, to see the whole, not just the part. It invites us to view food preparation not as a chore, but as a link to all the generations who came before us. By choosing these ancient whole foods, we are not just feeding our own bodies. We are honoring a lineage of knowledge that understood the deep, unbreakable connection between what we eat and how we feel, how we move, and how we live. The path to relief from modern ailments is often found by walking backwards towards the simple, powerful truths that have sustained humanity for millennia. Conscious choice. Ultimately, all knowledge is useless without application. All wisdom is empty without practice. The transformation of your body, the soothing of your joints, the easing of swelling in your limbs, it does not happen after one meal. It happens through the accumulation of small conscious choices made every single day. The power is not in the list of foods. The power is in you. It is in your hand every time you choose what to put on your plate. It is in your mind every time you decide to eat with presence and intention. This is where the real work is done. It is not a 30-day challenge. it is a lifelong shift in your relationship with yourself. Each meal is an opportunity. It is a crossroads. You can choose the path of convenience, of distraction, of unconscious consumption, or you can choose the path of nourishment, of intention, of rebuilding. You can choose to add a handful of spinach to your smoothie. You can choose to snack on a few nuts instead of something processed. You can choose to save the bones from your dinner to make a simple broth tomorrow. None of these choices is dramatic. None is difficult, but compounded over time, their effect is monumental. This is the discipline. It is not the harsh discipline of deprivation, but the gentle, loving discipline of self-care. Ask yourself with every choice, does this serve my healing? Does this build my foundation? Does this honor my vessel? This simple inquiry changes everything. It reframes food from being a source of pleasure or a cause of guilt into what it truly is. Your primary tool for creating a healthy, vital body. This mindset empowers you. You are no longer a victim of your symptoms, waiting for an external cure. You become the architect of your own well-being. You are the one who is sourcing the materials, directing the workers, and overseeing the construction. The responsibility is yours, but so is the immense power. Do not be overwhelmed by the sheer number of foods or principles. Start small. Choose one idea to focus on this week. Perhaps it is simply to be more mindful and present during one meal each day. Perhaps it is to make a pot of bone broth this weekend. The goal is not perfection but progress. Each conscious choice is a step forward. Each nourishing meal is a victory. It is through this steady, consistent application of conscious choice that you will slowly but surely rewrite the story of your body. The pain will lessen, the swelling will subside, not because of a miracle, but because you, day by day, chose to build a reality where it no longer has a reason to exist. Lasting practice. We have journeyed through the foundations, the flow, the structures, and the wisdom behind nourishing the body. We have spoken of specific foods, of broth and berries, of garlic and greens. But now we arrive at the most essential point. The ultimate nutrient is not found on any list. It cannot be bought. The most powerful catalyst for healing is the unwavering practice of listening to your own body. The foods are merely the alphabet. You must learn to read the language of your own unique vessel, to understand its whispers before they become screams. The pain and swelling in your legs and joints were never the true problem. They were the symptom. They were the loyal messengers trying desperately to get your attention. The lasting practice is to cultivate a deep and abiding inner stillness, a state of awareness where you can perceive what your body needs. Is it asking for hydration? Is it asking for movement? Is it asking for a specific kind of nourishment? Is it simply asking for rest? This is the ultimate form of self-mastery, to be able to distinguish between the superficial cravings of the distracted mind and the deep fundamental needs of the physical form. When you build this connection, this intuitive dialogue with yourself, the list of foods becomes secondary. You will instinctively know what to eat. You will be drawn to the foods that serve you and feel a disinterest in those that do not. Your body's own wisdom will become your most trusted guide. This is a path of harmony, not of struggle. It is not about fighting your body, but about finally partnering with it. This partnership is forged in the quiet moments of daily life, in the mindful preparation of a meal, in the conscious choice to stretch instead of remaining static, in the moment of gratitude you feel for the simple ability to walk. This practice dissolves the barrier between mind and body, and in that unified state, true healing occurs. The swelling recedes because the internal stagnation, both physical and energetic, has been replaced by a clear, harmonious flow. The pain subsides because the structure has been respectfully and lovingly rebuilt from the inside out. So do not leave here today with only a list of things to eat. Leave with an intention to begin a new conversation with your body. Listen to it with the same compassion and focus you would offer a dear friend. Provide for it, nourish it, and respect its signals. This is the practice. It is simple, it is profound, and it is available to you in every single moment. The freedom and ease you seek in your joints and limbs will not be found in any external remedy, but in the peace that comes from finally truly coming home to yourself within your own strong and tranquil vessel. For years, I saw the swelling in my ankles as an enemy to be defeated with pills and compression socks. After watching this, I'm in tears. The idea that my body is talking to me, not failing me, has completely changed my world. It's not about a cure, it's about becoming a partner with my own body. Today, I didn't just make soup. I feel like I gave my body the building blocks it was asking for. Has anyone else found that the way you think about food changes how your body feels?